Hey, everybody, this is the Divot Room. We're here with Josh Creel, 2021 Utah Championship champion. So awesome. Great redemption from 2 years ago. Everybody, Josh Creel.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah. Awesome, Josh. We really appreciate this. This is big time for us. And we just want to start off. We just want to hear about Josh Creel. Give us like a 3 to 5 minute summary of your childhood and how you got into golf.
Yeah. Born and raised in Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's where I grew up. Picked up golf club when I was 2 years old. Started hitting balls in my great grandfather's backyard in Boulder, Colorado, and started shipping them over his fence. And he said, "You know what? Maybe we'll take this to the golf course and get you a better set of clubs." So that's where my golf career started. And I played for the Cheyenne Central Indians there in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We won state titles all 4 years I was there. Went to the University of Colorado originally. That's who I was recruited by. Didn't really play a whole lot for the team, but got out of there. Wasn't a good fit for me, and found the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, Oklahoma, which is where I'm based out of now. Won the 2012 national championship for them, and fell in love with one of my teammates' sisters. So that's kind of what kept there.
You still with her?
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
And we're
Okay.
married and expecting our first kid in early January.
Awesome. So, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you win any state championships when you were in high school?
Yeah, he won 4.
Well, I know, but I don't think you mentioned it the second time. We had a little technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do with that?
Individually, I did not. I think my senior year, I won 11 of 12 events, and the state championship was the one that I did not win individually. But as a team, we won all 4 years. Yeah.
Wow. Was it because you were so good and you wanted it so bad that the pressure cooker and the cheese bound?
No, I think it was I was stubborn as can be and didn't have a good set of course management skills. So I was hitting driver in spots I shouldn't have been. And I think I had 11 penalty strokes for the week and lost one of my shots. So yeah,
that's
good lesson learned.
Yeah. So Central Oklahoma, in Edmond, Oklahoma, you said, what kind of experience did you have there, Josh?
It was awesome. The University of Colorado is cool. It's a great campus, but it's a little overwhelming, coming from a smaller city and going to a compact campus that has as many students as I had people in a big, land-wise, Cheyenne's big, but not a lot of people. So that was tough. I got out of there, visited Central Oklahoma, loved the coach, loved the city is awesome. It's a little more my speed. So yeah, it was good to get out of Boulder and get down there to Oklahoma and be a little bit more comfortable.
Well, I'll tell you, Oklahoma, I went there last summer or 2 summers ago, and I almost fucking melted.
Yeah, it gets hot as shit, doesn't it?
I was like, we got out, we went to Tulsa, and we got out in the airport, and we were waiting for our friend to pick us up, and I left the shade for 3 seconds, and I literally burnt my shoes to the ground. But you guys get used to it, because we were driving to their house and we saw kids playing soccer. I was just like, God, why is everybody not dead?
Yeah, it's a little different than where I grew up, that's for sure. But I've acclimated, my blood is thinned out, and my dad gives me shit every time I go home because I always have a jacket on.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it's cold, Dad. I mean, you just got done playing a golf tournament like in Springfield, Missouri, where it's like 110 and 100% humidity. It's just horrible there. I lived in St. Louis for 3 years, and man, summers are miserable.
Yeah.
All right, man. I know the first time we met, I was caddying for Timothy Madigan out at the Q School Finals down in Chandler, Arizona, and you were playing in that, and you qualified, right? You had some status, and was that your first time on the Korn Ferry Tour?
So I actually got to final stage in maybe 2018, but I played really bad at final stage, and not knowing the ins and outs, I figured as long as I got there, I was good. I was going to get starts, and that's turns out that's not the case. You need that top 40 number in ties is pretty important. So we worked hard, won a few times on the Adams Tour that year. Got it going at Q School and got my 8 guaranteed starts and took advantage from there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know down there, that was one of the probably coolest experiences for me just as a caddy, just because it was just a lot of people down there really playing their hearts out just for their livelihood, which is amazing. So you've had some success since then. So now you've been on the Korn Ferry tour for a couple of years, a few years here now. So every once in a while you get a week off. What does Josh Creel do on his week off besides go home and mow the lawn?
Yeah, good one.
I saw your American outfit the other day on Instagram, and you're
You cut off jeans.
Yeah.
The shirt sleeves cut off.
I had boots on, couldn't see the cowboy boots, but yeah, I was trying to do everything I could to embarrass my wife while I was home.
Love it.
Typical week. I mean, I'll shoot my compound bow, maybe go to the Sporting Clays place there in Oklahoma City, shoot the shotgun, do a lot of fishing, and a lot of gambling on the golf course. And we may or may not drink a couple Coors Lights while we're home too.
Yeah.
See, can you mention the name Coors Light? Are they a sponsor of yours?
They are not, but if they're listening, come on, I'm open to the idea.
I really like the campaign you did. Was it last year or 2 years ago with Taco John's? Didn't you just you got sponsored by Taco John's by basically talking about them a bunch, it seemed like.
So Taco John's was founded by one of my high school teammates, the good buddies, Cameron Ross. His grandpa started it there in Cheyenne. So I've always had close connections there. So
That's cool. Speaking of sponsors, I saw you're a Titleist guy, right?
yes.
And you just got a new set of clubs. And I've always heard, like Callaway has, thrown piles of money at brand ambassadors. And I've heard that Titleist says no player is bigger than Titleist. Is this true?
You can confirm nor deny.
Bags of money, but they've given me enough to stay loyal to them. So yeah.
Oh, right on. So hats, gloves, balls, and occasional iron.
Balls, clubs, putters. I was FootJoy clothing last year. I'm now with Turtle Sin. But yeah, they're great. They do pretty much whatever I need them to. So
yeah, that's great.
What happened to the old rope style hat they used to wear?
I don't even know if they have them anymore. They quit putting them in my locker and gave me these ones. So I don't know.
And there you go. I guess you take what you get and you don't throw a fit, right? That's what I tell my kids.
Right.
Right.
Well, I love that you like to shoot the bow, shoot the animal, hunter killer, and also you look good when you play the golf. You got these wingtips, golf shoes, look good, play good, I've always said. And I really appreciate that you're not just camo out there, you're taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. So what's your favorite tournament to play? And then if they're different, what's your favorite course to play, if any sort of previous events?
Favorite tournament to play, the Utah Championship.
Yeah, right.
Good answer.
Yeah. Favorite golf course was actually the Witch Hollow golf course at Pumpkin Ridge, which is no longer on the schedule, unfortunately. But a close second would be Victoria National, where we'll be in Evansville, Indiana, here in a couple weeks. It's a great test of golf, and it's always in really, really, really good shape.
Nice.
I'm just wondering, when you say golf courses that you like, do you care if it's Bermuda, Poa annua, Zoysia? Do you care? Do you feel like you play better on a certain type of course than others?
When I first started playing professionally, I would have said I prefer bent grass and Kentucky blue rough and bent grass, bent Poa mixed greens, just because that's what I grew up on. But now that I'm in Oklahoma for 11 years, I've gotten used to it, and I'm pretty much, I'll play whatever.
Okay, is it wide open courses? You like tree line courses? What do you prefer?
So I don't fly the ball 330. So any course we can get on where it's tight and tree line, I'm all about it.
Right on.
Yeah.
How far are you hitting your driver though?
I'm right around 300-yard mark.
Sissy.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice to be able to hit it that far.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're expecting a baby. I saw the gender reveal bow and arrow video. I couldn't tell. I'm assuming you guys are having a boy. I think that's what I saw. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was the reaction you saw was that blue chalk popping in that balloon.
So the reaction was that it was a boy, not that it was a great shot.
Yeah, it was a boy. I'd like to think I would have had the same reaction if it was a girl, but I can't say that honestly. So I was pretty pumped that we're having a boy.
Either way, it's the best job in the world. I got two girls that are one's going in middle school, one's going to high school, and I wouldn't change that job for anything in the world. It's amazing. So you're gonna love it. What do you have any names picked out? We got a couple names here. I mean, Chris and Todd are great names. I don't know if you have any.
Those are great names. If it was up to me, I would have named that boy Rowdy, but the wife wasn't too keen on that, so we settled on Colt.
Oh, great.
Nice.
I love it. That's a solid name. Colt Creel.
I saw the gender reveal and I thought it was a great way because being firefighters, we don't like the pyrotechnics that end up burning half the mountain down. So thank you for doing it right, man.
Yeah, no worries. We opted out of the shot.
Yeah, right.
All right, man. So 2 years ago, when you were runner-up at the Utah Championship, you lost in a playoff to Christopher Ventura. I was there. It was awesome. You had a great week. I left Sunday early and listened to your round on the way home. But can you just kind of talk about your experience and what you learned from that playoff experience and just Utah Championship in general from 2019?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a tough deal. It was a long walk back to the clubhouse from 10 green once it was all over. It's a feeling in golf that you don't want, you get so few opportunities to win golf tournaments. So when you get in that position, you'd like to get it done. But on the flip side of things, it made me tougher, made me get back to work real hard at it. And we made good on it this year. So it was a tough deal at the time, but we learned from it and we're better for it.
Coming down the stretch, is there something that you're thinking of? Are you telling yourself something? What are you doing to keep yourself in position to be good and finish the tournament?
Yeah. Well, in Utah this year, it was do everything you can not to get into a playoff because anything can happen.
Right.
We stuck to our game plan and hit some good shots and rolled some good putts, and a few of them happened to go in. So it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I was able to catch the end of that this year. Is super pumped for you. So this year at the Utah Championship, you definitely had different results. So talk to us a little bit about what was going through your head coming up 17. So I'll back up a little bit. So 2 years ago, you were in that playoff. And first off, I don't know why the hell they put you guys off on number 10. Apparently they just wanted one hole because that's a bitch of a hole. I think they probably should have walked you guys back to 18 because there was a crowd there. But anyway, so what's going through your head this year at the Utah Championship when you're coming up 17? Because 17, for those of you that don't know, is a drivable par 4 for some. So you can certainly manage that hole all sorts of different ways. You pump it a little bit right. You're really risking. So you a lot of people kind of bail out left to the fair or to the rough. So talk to us about what's going through your head going up 17.
Yeah, so it wasn't quite as firm as it's been in past years. So I hit 3-wood up the left side, pin was front right, just gassed it a little bit, hit it probably 25 feet behind the hole. and then really wanted to make that one and ran that thing about 6 feet by, but we dug deep and buried it. And coming off of 18 tee box, there was a ball maybe 20 yards short of the green on 17, which you walk right by. And I figured that's Peter Uline's ball. He's going to make birdie, so I need to make birdie on 18. Hit it down the left side of the fairway. Tim and I were trying to skip a gap wedge back there to that back pin, and it just hopped and stopped about 30 feet short. And we picked a line and stepped up there and buried it. It was, man, it was fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, dude, your fist pump, I got to tell you, your fist pump is probably the coolest thing in golf right now. That fist bump, there's no doubt about it. That's genuine. That's emotion. That's craziness. Because when you put those two videos of your gender reveal fist pump next to your tour win fist pump, I mean, you can just tell it's the real deal. It's amazing. We need to get you out there on the PGA Tour to display that for everybody to see.
I agree. I'd love to get out there and throw a couple fist pumps.
Well, and that, you know, for most people, like me and Chris's ilk, a 30-footer, you know, we'd love to make. We read them, but it's just like, can we get the pace right? You're looking to make a 30-footer, and when you execute it, it makes sense why you give that big fist pump.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain 30-footers where I'm like, damn, if I could get it down here, I'd be good with that. But that one was uphill and right to left, which is a putt that a righty licks his chops over. So it was kind of everything was good.
That's awesome. Is that fist pump I mean, it looks natural, or is that something that over the years you've kind of tweaked and fine-tuned?
No. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's guys out there who practice that shit, but that's just raw emotion. Yeah, that's just what you're seeing there is off the cuff and raw. So
yeah, that's awesome, dude. It certainly looks like it's just the raw emotions. So do you watch the leaderboard out there when you're coming up 17, 18?
Yeah, I do. I like to know what I have to do, whether it's you've got a 2-shot lead or you're 1 shot back or whatever. I think it's good to know where you stand.
So I know that you and Tim, is it McKay?
No, it's Tim Atsetti's.
Oh, okay. So
Tim LPGA Tour now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So Tim has been on your bag for what, this year?
He's been with me since Louisiana of 2019. Okay. So 2.5 years, I guess.
Okay. What does he do? What's your guys' kind of, you know, you're coming up 18. Is he trying to keep your mind off of stuff? Are you the type of guy that wants to be talked to? Are you the type of guy that doesn't want to be talked to? I mean, you're coming up looking at your first Korn Ferry Tour win. And what's your caddy doing for you?
Tim is super even keel. When that putt on 18 went down was as much emotion as I've ever seen from him, which was kind of cool because I don't get a lot of that out of him, which is great. He's level-headed, doesn't get too far ahead of himself, but coming up at 18, he was thinking the same thing I was thinking, that Uline's ball's just short. He's going to chip it up there tight, make birdie. So he said, we got to make this one.
He used to be a firefighter, didn't he?
He did. Yep.
Yeah, I remember when we were playing a practice round together and talked a little bit, and he was telling me I used to be a firefighter. So I think that's a good trait to have. I think caddies and firefighters can kind of cross over relatively easily, just with the pressure and just dealing with stressful situations. So awesome, dude. That sounds like a phenomenal relationship. I want to get into a little bit of what the Korn Ferry Tour, at least from my experience, and I'm sure it's probably the same for you, but it's like a family on the road. And I want you to tell us and tell our listeners about the truck.
I knew this was coming. So the truck, for those who don't know, is the operations truck made up of 6 or 7 of the best people you will ever meet in your life. And I mean, they do everything. They don't get a whole lot of credit from most people, but I certainly appreciate what they do, and I know most of the guys out here do. Without the truck, this tour doesn't go. So it's good to have them out here.
Well, explain to what they're doing.
Everything they do. They wash caddy bibs. They do nameplates. They set up they travel with all the shit for the range. They're got guys working for them who are staking and roping the entire golf course. Yeah, I mean, the list is shorter of things they don't do. So,
Oh, wow.
And then every once in a while they break out the barbecue and cook people meals.
yeah, they do that. And they have a cooler that all the winners sign called Great White, and it is chock full of cold beer every single day. So you get done with the round and you go have a beer or two with the truck guys.
I love it.
Yeah, there's never a shortage of cold beer in that Great White. So that gets to my next question for you. So I know that winning is big, but signing Great White has got to be super awesome for you. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I spend a lot of time on the truck, and I've opened that cooler who knows how many times. So seeing everyone else's name on it gives you a little bit more motivation to put my John Hancock on it was a check off the bucket list.
Man, maybe you could take a picture of it and put it on your social media, and we'll share it because people want to see what that is.
It's all over. The video of you signing is all over Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And we've shared it and stuff. It's one of the I share those tweets every week. I love just the signing of the Great White. It's one of those traditions that I think it just kind of goes to show you just how much of a family it is out there on the Korn Ferry Tour. It's something special. I know that.
That's pretty cool.
Todd, you got anything over there before we got some final questions, but I wasn't sure if you had any questions.
Well, and some of the people that follow our podcast aren't golfers. So you're in a huge 3-tournament playoff in
it starts in Boise.
It starts in Boise. So
yep.
Can you just tell us a little bit what you need to do to get to the next level, which is a promotion to the PGA Tour? And part of the thing that's so cool about you, Josh, is you're taking time out to speak with us, and he's at the golf course, everybody. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but he's in some kind of concessions tent doing this thing between practices. So go ahead and tell us a little bit, would you?
Yeah, so the 25 guys who got their card through the regular season are basically playing a tournament within a tournament to better their 25 position, but they cannot take another card from the 25 cards up for grabs in the playoffs. So everyone else is trying to finish in the top 25 of the points list through these 3 playoff events to also get their card. And it sounds like, I don't know the numbers exactly, but it sounds like a solo 7th or better at any one of these events gets it done. So it'd be cool to knock it out in this first one and kind of cruise the rest of the time.
Because you finished 32, correct?
Yeah, I didn't check afterwards, but I know I was 32 entering the week. So I was probably right. 32, 33 probably.
And so it starts over this week. So that's wow.
And then you're in all 3 tournaments, so it's not like they narrow the field down each week, correct?
Correct. Yep. It's full fields for each event. Yeah.
Well, we're really hoping that we were going to be able to talk to you this week with a PGA Tour card in your hand, but I got a feeling in about 3 weeks you're gonna have a PGA Tour card in your hand, man. It's just you're too good of a pro, too awesome of an athlete to not move up to the next level. So you're going to play well this week. You're going to play well the following 2 weeks. So
I appreciate it.
So we got a couple final questions here. So what do you have for dinner typically after a round of golf?
It depends. Like I go early Thursday and late Friday this week. So tomorrow night I'll probably go get a steak somewhere. But if I go late and then got a quick turnaround, maybe just go to Chipotle and pick up a a chicken bowl.
There you go.
Yeah. Are you and your caddy sharing a room?
No, we don't stay together unless we get an Airbnb or have a host house that has plenty of room for the both of us.
Oh, right on.
What did you have for dinner after your win in Utah? And don't say Coors Light. I know you did. I know you probably had Coors Light for dinner.
We had plenty of those, but we were looking to go get a nice dinner, but we got out after celebrating with the truck guys kind of late. So we went to Texas Roadhouse and had a quick bite and a couple more beers, and then took it to the hotel with Chad Ramey and a couple of my buddies from Wyoming. And pretty sure we drank all the Coors Light in Utah that night. So
good job.
Well, in that Utah Coors Light, you got to drink at least two of them for every one of the ones we're normally used to, right?
Seriously, yeah.
I remember when I caddied out there, I smuggled in some real Bud Light from Oregon. So anyways, I think I know the answer based on all this, but what is your drink of choice?
Yeah, actually, it's Coors Banquet.
Yeah.
I like the bellies, yep. But they're a little, they're not quite as good for you. Not that Coors Light's good for you, but
yeah,
I don't feel as bad drinking Coors Light as I do drinking the Banquet.
Yeah. All right, man. So we all saw the pictures of you carrying the crystal goblet from the Utah Championship. That thing is huge. I call it a goblet. It's actually a big ass bowl. But how many Coors Lights fit in there?
I don't know. I know there was 6 in there at the time, but it wasn't even close to being filled up, and that thing is impossible to drink out of.
Dude, that's amazing. It's probably got kind of warm. Were people just pouring it in there, or did you pour a bunch in there?
No, I poured the first one, and then everyone decided they were going to add to it. So I probably got through about 2 beers and had to dump it out just because every time I went to drink from it, it was just spilling down my front side. So
yeah, it made for an awesome picture, man. All right,
yeah.
Todd, do you have anything?
Well, yeah. So when you get done with us, where you got a practice round? I heard you like to gamble. What do you got going this afternoon there?
I'm gonna head back over to the chipping green, get some bunker work in, probably go hit a few more putts, and then call it a day. Go relax.
Did you have a game earlier this week?
No, I played an 18-hole pro-am Monday, and they had pro-ams the last 2 days, so no money game this week, but I'm itching to get back with the boys in Oklahoma and put some money down on the line.
Okay, if you don't mind saying, what game is it? A Nassau? What do you guys play? And is it a standard 3.5s, 3.20s? If you don't want to say, I get it.
So typically we'll have 5 or 6 of us, and it's usually a wolf game. And money varies depending on who's in the group. We got a couple sissies out there who don't like to play for big bucks.
All right.
We'll get a 5-10 game going, and it gets pretty interesting come 16.
So for people that don't know what a wolf game is, could you just explain to them what it is to gamble in wolf?
Yeah, so everyone gives someone a golf ball, and you toss them to whatever tee marker is closest to you, and that's how you pick your order. First guy that hits is the wolf. He's picking, and he can either go solo, double the bet, or take someone with him. But then you have hammers as well. So say we get on par 3 and I'm wolf and I hit one up there 3 feet, I'm going to call wolf right then and there. Bet's going to go 5 to 10, and then I'll probably hammer. Then if they take it, that goes from 10 to 20, and then that birdie goes 20 to 40. So I'd be winning $40 from each guy.
Wow. It's a great game because if you're playing crummy, you can get a friend. But if you're hot, you can just hammer your buddies and just bam, get
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it kind of humorous that you say we got a couple sissies that don't want to gamble very much. It's easy to say from a guy that just got a paycheck for about $200,000.
It was only 108.
Yeah, only 108. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right, Josh, thank you so much, man. This has been amazing. Stick around for just a couple minutes after we're done recording here. So anyways, everybody, this has been Josh Creel. Thank you so much, Josh. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, fellas, and thanks for doing what you do out there.